Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just going to show you guys how I made these 3 DIY pieces. So for the first 2 pieces I'm going to make, you're going to need some plain canvas, which I got from the Crazy Store, masking tape, paint brushes and acrylic paint. I got the last 3 from the Payday. So for the first piece I'm making, it's going to be like a stripe, kind of like black and white canvas. And to get the stripes, I'm using masking tape. So I'm using the other paintbrush to just sort of like create almost equal spaces in between the tapes, so that when I finally put the paint on, then it sort of like looks like it's, you know, the spaces in between are fine. I mean, you can decide to not do it, like just free-handed, or you could use a bigger paintbrush, or you could use a ruler, depending on like what works for you. So I'm kind of like going through with the paint, with the masking tape until I get to the end. This is kind of how it looks like before you put the paint. And then you've just got the masking tape. So now I'm going in with the paint, and I'm using the smallest paintbrush out of the 3. You can use whichever one you want. I'm just going in, just coloring the exposed parts of the canvas, just covering like all those completely. So you can see here that like all of it is covered in like black and white. You can sort of see like the masking tape coming through. And then what I'm doing is I'm letting it dry, and I'm peeling off the masking tape just to reveal the white pieces. Then I went in and decided to put like a ribbon at the top, using like just a piece of string, because I just thought like it was looking a little bit plain, so I just put like a ribbon at the top to make it look a little bit cute. So this is how it looks. The next piece I'm making is sort of like freehand. You just need to like just make like random shapes and like random whatever on a piece of canvas. I'm using the same acrylic paint and the same brush I used before, and I'm just like going in and just doing like random. I wanted like a geometric feel. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, for me it was just like just do whatever. So you can make like circles, or I don't know, dancing people, whatever works for you, you can make that. And this is how it sort of kind of looks like when done. So for the next one, you need a piece of string, which I got from the Payday shop, and then you need a plain container. I'm using a plastic one I got from the Crazy Store. What you want to do is you want to measure a piece of string around the neck of the bottle or the container, and then just make it a little bit loose. You don't need it to be like exactly tight, and then you need to cut that piece and then like make like a knot, or like 2. I think I made 2. It's important that you leave like some extra space so that like that piece of string is like a little bit loose. And then you're going to measure the string from one side of the container to the other side, and then you're just gonna cut that. So once you've got like a piece of string, then you need to like measure other pieces of string of the same size. So then I kind of went round and round with the same piece of string, just measuring like same sizes. And then cut it at the end, and then cut it once again on both sides. Therefore you'll have like a couple of pieces of string which are all the same size. What you now need to do is to fold that piece of string into half, and you need to put it through the piece of string that's on the bottle. So you put it under, and then you open it. There'll be like sort of like a hole, and then you make a knot around. So it's under and then in and then around like that. So once again, you need to space those. It depends how much space you want, and then do the same thing under and then in and then around, and then just pull. So now when you have like a couple of those strings around, you want to take like 2 opposite strings, because you have 2 per string. You take one from the other side and one from the other side, and you make like 2 knots. So one from the left, one from the right, make 2 knots. And you sort of like kind of keep going, like making knots. Like you take one from this side, one from that side, make a knot, and try to make those sort of like on the same level, like that. So you need to keep going until you get to the bottom, and then you just keep making like knots and knots until like your bottle is like tight. Like just make knots, just keep knotting and knotting and knotting. Like I guess here it's not important how it looks, because it doesn't have to be like the same, but you just need to make knots. So when you get to the end, just take a pair of scissors and just cut like the pieces that you don't want and smooth it out. And then you have a container that you can use for whatever you want, and it looks cute. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.